Are you ready to meet Santa?
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness you were good all year.
Excuse me, it's your child's turn, ma'am.
Go have fun.
Oh my god, yes! I'm so excited to get to meet Santa.
Ho, ho, ho. What can I do for you, little boy?
Hi, Santa. I've been really good this year.
Is that so?
Yeah, and I have a couple things I want for Christmas.
Say no more. I know exactly what you want.
You do?
Of course, I'm Santa. You want a couple bags of Expedition Roasters coffee.
What?
You know, the artisanal roasters of pop culture-inspired coffee. The elves drink it all the time, especially when we get closer to Christmas.
Gotta make coffee, gotta make toys for the good boys and girls, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Now that elf has had too much coffee.
Santa, I'm 7. I don't drink coffee.
Are you sure?
He's right, boss man. Kids can't drink coffee.
Oh, well, you'll be missing out on their holiday flavor, the happiest brew that ever sailed. It's peppermint mocha.
Those sound great, Santa, but I think I just want a board game or maybe some action figures.
If that's what you want, that's what I'll get you. And by the way, I happen to have a bag of Expedition Roasters with me. Here you go, little boy.
Thanks, Santa. I'll give it to my mom.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! And how are you today, little girl?
Did you tell Santa what you wanted?
Yeah, but he kept trying to give me coffee.
Expedition Roasters, huh? I've heard of this. The bags look even cooler in person. Maybe we can put you back in line and you can get another bag from Santa.
It says here on the bag we can go to expeditionroasters.com to buy more.
Hey, did the big guy just hand you a delicious bag of Expedition Roasters? Because I saw him reach out for it in his big red sack, and just the sound of that bag makes me all warm and fuzzy inside, and when I laid eyes on it, I kind of figured you'd,
What?
be willing to part ways with it. I really love Expedition Roasters so much, there's pretty much nothing I'd rather do than drink as much as elvenly possible. Come on, it's the holiday season after all. What do you say?
Yeah, sure. Just take the bag. Well, I guess it looks like we're gonna have to buy some more coffee, but let's not let any of the elves know this time.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. With Expedition Roasters!
Give the gift of coffee this holiday season to your friends and family. Head on over to expeditionroasters.com and use coupon code DUO15 to save 15% off your first purchase of Expedition Roasters coffee. Brew your happy place. Expedition Roasters. An adventure in every bag.
Hi, and welcome to the Theme Park Duo podcast. Grab your park map, churro, and hop in line with us as we take you on a coast-to-coast adventure through the world of theme parks, haunts, conventions, and more. Now, here's your hosts, Nikki and Gabriel.
Hey everyone, happy holidays and welcome to another episode of the Theme Park Duo podcast. I'm Nikki.
And I'm Gabe.
And we are
The Theme Park Duo. Now, this is our part 2 of our holiday spectacular episodes we have going here for the Theme Park Duo podcast. Last episode, we talked about Holiday in the Park at Six Flags Magic Mountain, as well as Knott's Merry Farm at Knott's Berry Farm. Get it? Berry, Merry. Just to change the word. Anyway, this episode, we're going to be talking about Queen Merry Christmas, and we're also going to be talking about Grinchmas at Universal Studios Hollywood. Now, before we jump into any of that, we have a little something to talk about. So, earlier last week, or the week before, Nikki and I filmed a review of Expedition Roasters' new line of coffee. Now, when I went to go edit that footage, it was completely corrupted and messed up.
Oh no!
So I am thoroughly disappointed that we weren't able to post that on our YouTube page. But we have the coffee here now, and we want to talk about it briefly before going into today's episode. So, as I mentioned, it's their new line of coffee, and it's all inspired by
Harry Potter!
Yep.
Specifically the Hogwarts houses. So we have, what the face, okay.
They weren't facing her.
Yeah, they weren't facing me. Big-hearted butterscotch for Hufflepuff, charming chocolate cherry for Gryffindor, cunning caramel crunch for Slytherin, and booksmart blueberry cobbler for Ravenclaw.
So we tested all of these. We smelled all of them. We picked out which we thought were going to be the best, and then decided afterwards what actually was the best. So I think ultimately both of us thought that
We
the
agreed.
Big Hearted Butterscotch smelled really good.
Yes.
And then we also thought that the Cunning Caramel Crunch smelled great. I think you
My
were ultimately
favorite.
really attracted to the Charming Chocolate Cherry.
And not just because I'm a Gryffindor. I
No.
genuinely loved the Charming Chocolate Cherry coffee. My second favorite was the Big Hearted Butterscotch, and the Ravenclaw Blueberry Cobbler and the Caramel Crunch for Slytherin were both very good too. I mean, just because they weren't my favorites doesn't mean they're not excellent
Are
coffees.
we just talking about scent right now, or are you already going into what you tasted?
Oh, I already went into the flavors.
Oh, well, there you go.
I jumped the gun.
You
I'm
did
sorry.
jump the gun. That's fine.
I don't know. I can't read your mind.
I told you that.
I don't
Anyway.
know.
But yeah, so I think ultimately, like you said, we did end up agreeing that the Big Hearted Butterscotch was our favorite. We think that the butterscotch flavored mixed with coffee, it's very subtle, it's very nice, it works really, really, really well.
Yeah.
And then I honestly thought that the Cunning Caramel Crunch was second best. That was my opinion.
Caramel just isn't my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, but like with regards to coffee, I think it works a little bit better than like a blueberry
Yeah.
or the chocolate right now, at least in my opinion.
I like the chocolate cherry.
And that's not saying that either one of those are bad, is the thing. And it's just like, it's just when it comes down to opinion, I would prefer this over that.
Uh-huh.
And all of them are spectacular. And that's the point here, is that all of them are on a level of good to great. None of them are below. None of them are just, no, that was okay. And none of them are bad. They're all great. So for us, it's the Big Hearted Butterscotch that is the top. It's the Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
The Hufflepuff takes the house cup.
What exactly is a Hufflepuff?
Well, clearly they're a badger. I don't know what else to go with that.
Never mind.
What?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
What's a Hufflepuff?
I don't know what a Hufflepuff is.
I don't know either.
Then why are you asking?
I don't, because I want to know.
But why would I know?
I don't know.
You're confusing me.
I know. Sorry.
Anyway, so Expedition Roaster's new series of coffees is incredibly good, really fun, and I think it actually works as a perfect gift for the Harry Potter fan and the coffee fan in your life.
It's good quality coffee. It tastes great. It smells great. It's packaged wonderfully. And it's just fun. Like, I don't know about you, but you know, when I get up in the morning, I want to decide if I want Pirates of the Caribbean inspired coffee or Harry Potter inspired coffee.
I mean, that's really fun.
Yeah, it's like, why wouldn't you want to add that fun decision to a dull morning?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about bringing a little fun to every morning. And are you saying, I don't know about you, are you talking about the audience, or are you talking about me?
The general you.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm included in that discussion, so I didn't really quite understand the fact that you were asking me, because we're in that discussion all the time.
It was a you universe. The universe.
Oh, pun intended. Anyway, make sure to visit expeditionroasters.com, check them out. Make sure to try out these different coffees. If you want to take our suggestion, Big Hearted Butterscotch, if you're going to try one of them, is the one to go for. We both agreed that that was really good. My second choice would be the Cunning Caramel Crunch.
And mine's the Charming Chocolate Cherry.
Yes, sorry for everyone who's Ravenclaw, but the blueberry is good. It's just we prefer the other ones.
Yeah.
So, moving forward, moving away from the coffee, which, by the way, thank you, Expedition Roasters, for keeping us caffeinated while we have a baby. That baby has been stealing our sleep.
But, miracle, insert hallelujah music here. She slept through the night. Yes.
Yes, she did. We were actually able to sleep 8 hours last night. So, wonderful gift given to us from God.
It was all the fun she had at Grinchmas.
Grinchmas, yes. Grinchmas put her over the edge. So, let's talk a little bit about, not Grinchmas yet, we're going to talk about Queen Mary Christmas. So, last year, Queen Mary actually had Chill at their location, which we actually completely fell in love with.
Yes.
And this year, they've scaled it back a little bit and are focusing on more of a unique, quaint, smaller type of event. It's very different,
Kinda
but not
like-
necessarily in a bad way.
Yeah, like you feel like you're thrown back in time to like Queen Mary's heyday.
Yeah, it
very
feels like
nostalgic.
what Christmas would be if you were sailing in the seas on the Queen Mary.
Yeah, like if you were a passenger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they kind of minimized a lot of the stuff, but there is still quite a few things to do on the ship, and we're gonna go through some of that. So Queen Mary's Christmas is going from November 23rd all the way to January 6th. So you have until that point to experience this. So the main hall. To begin your journey, step into the beautifully decorated main hall with an Art Deco inspired Christmas tree centerpiece fit for a queen. Check in at the passenger information window to find out about all the holiday offerings on board the ship. So this is that main entrance where the gift shops are and all that kind of stuff. This was beautiful.
Yeah.
That whole area in general is really nice and actually relatively pretty during like the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But the added decorations with the tree, the stage, they actually had little crowns, like queen's crowns
like
in the
themed
garland
ornaments,
and all that kind
yeah.
of stuff. And it was just really pretty. It just set the perfect atmosphere. And then when you actually had like people taking the stage and singing, it felt like Christmas. It was perfect. It was
nice.
simply perfect. It is the only thing missing was like having a hot chocolate and just sitting there and watching.
Yeah.
Like, that's incredible. And actually, within that same area, you actually have Santa's captain's quarters. So that's literally, if you're sitting, looking at the stage, it's behind the stage to the right.
Uh-huh.
And then that room, you actually do the stocking decorations as well. So Santa's captain's quarters is where you get to meet Santa Claus himself, take a photo, buy the souvenir photo with him. And what's really cool is that his area is actually, themed around the Queen Mary still. So it's very much still nautical. And I really like that. I thought it was fun to kind of take what you would think of a traditional Santa Claus meet and greet, where, the toy soldiers and all that stuff, but still put like a small twist around it to keep it within the theming of a ship.
Yeah.
So, and Santa Claus himself, he was perfect. Like, he was one of the better Santa Clauses we've met all season.
Oh, cool.
So,
Obviously, the way I'm responding, I didn't get to go. I was home with Aaron. So Gabe got to go, and he had a lot of fun, and he told me all about it.
yes. So I was with Theme Park Access, Attraction Spot, and Adam the Woo most of the night, checking out the different offerings around the ship.
You had a very romantic ice skate up on top deck with them.
When you mean romantic ice skate, you mean watching other people ice skate, because I
Yeah.
don't want to fall on my ass.
Gabe doesn't ice skate.
Gabe don't ice skate, yo. That don't happen. Me and ice skate don't mix. Don't know what that was. Moving on. Starboard Lounge. This is where you can hang out with Mrs. Claus, where she does storytelling. You also buy hot chocolate, and they have this nice little area where you can put the fixings in your hot chocolate, whatever you want, the marshmallows, and chocolate, candy, and all that kind of stuff.
Aw.
And there's actually quite a really good deal. You could buy the hot chocolate, and for $8, which also includes the hot chocolate, you get a souvenir mug.
They're really cute, the little snowmen, and they have little caps on their heads.
And the caps are the lids.
Yeah.
So, really good price for a souvenir. Normally souvenirs are rather expensive, but a nice, cool, cute mug that you use any season. You put it away for the rest of the year, then bring it out for Christmas. I mean, it's a really good deal. The only thing I wish is that they had a souvenir cup that was like Queen Mary themed.
Like personalized, yeah.
Not personalized in the sense of like putting your name on it, but personalized for
to the Queen Mary. Yeah.
So it's like a mug that says Queen Mary Christmas on it or something.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. It would remind you every year of like, oh yeah, I remember all the fun I had on the Queen Mary. And I think that the Starboard Lounge area is really cute. Like, say you made this event like an actual like mini vacation. Like, you got a room on the Queen Mary with your kids, and before bed they got a bedtime story down the hall from Mrs. Claus. I mean, how cool is that?
No, it's seriously cool.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, the whole event feels like instead of it being catered to like a large group of people from the community, it feels like it's more catered for the people
That
who are
are
actually
actually staying.
on the Queen Mary,
Yeah.
which is totally fine. It's just a completely different direction. Would I prefer it to be kind of like a little bit more for the people coming to visit and, outside people as well as people on the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more intimate.
It's much more intimate.
Yeah.
So it's like you come out of your room, kids are in their pajamas, and they can come see Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
And I think that's so fun. And then in that same area, adults can get a little extra
Yeah.
holiday magic inside of their hot chocolate if they want
and
to.
I think that's so cool. I like if I know we're only halfway through the review, but I think if there's anything to take away from this is if this sounds interesting to you, make it go all out, make it a little vacation. Spend the night on the Queen Mary, which I highly recommend anyway. It is so cool.
The Queen Mary is actually, it is an experience to stay aboard the ship.
Everyone should do
really
it once.
is.
And if you add the charm of the holidays on top of that, it's well worth it.
And you can mix the spooky with the holidays.
Yeah, because your
they
room
have the
might be
ghost
haunted.
tours, and you're in a haunted location. You have the creepy Christmas stuff too.
Just
if
don't
you wanna
tell
see
your
it creepy-
kids that.
creepy.
Yeah.
Just don't tell them it's haunted. But it truly is haunted. It's
Yeah.
really haunted, super haunted.
Go listen to our review when we stayed on the ship.
Yeah, that was scary crap. Anyway, moving forward, yes, I actually think that this is probably one of the cuter things that they have on board the ship for
Yeah.
kids to do. And the area is decorated perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
You have the fireplace in the corner. It looks like Mrs. Claus has come through and put her own, feel to the area.
Yeah.
She's decorated the area herself in order to entertain the kids who are coming to the Starboard Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
So, really, really enjoy that. And then, honestly, the coolest thing that I think they have, and the funnest thing that they have on the sports deck, is ice skating. And this is on, the top level of the ship.
You're
Like,
right next to the smokestack.
Yeah, you
that
can't get
big
higher.
red smokestack.
Literally higher would be in the smokestack. So you're at the very top, and you have this unbelievably gorgeous view
Of Long Beach.
At night.
Yeah, I saw the videos and the pictures. It's spectacular. Everything's all lit up. The smokestack is all lit up. Literally, there's nowhere else I would rather ice skate. To be honest, it's so cool.
It's seriously the perfect location.
Yeah.
The perfect location. This is a $15 upcharge on top of the ticket price to get into the Queen Mary, but in all honesty, if you're somebody who enjoys ice skating, this is completely worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know of any other ice skating area that gives you a view like this.
I can't think of one either.
Off the top of my head, I really can't think of one.
Yeah.
So, and if you're curious of where this was, if you went to Midsummer Scream 2 years ago,
The party.
the party that they had aboard the Queen Mary was actually in that area. So the dance floor was where the ice skating rink was.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the hookah lounge that was there for that party as well is where you kind of you sit and wait your
Yeah.
turn to go in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that's all located. And then on top of that, you also have the Gingerbread Village. Now, this is actually located on the first floor of the ship, near where that giant propeller is, and near where the 4D theater is.
Uh-huh.
So that's on that side. So this website is just not listening to me today.
He scrolled too far.
It's
There
just,
we go.
it has a mind of its own. The Gingerbread Village is located in that area. So you have two pieces of entertainment in one area. You have the theater and this. And as the name suggests, you build gingerbread houses.
Yeah.
So this is a tradition in a lot of families is to sit down and build gingerbread houses together.
I really like doing it.
It brings a kid out in a lot of people because it's just candy, junk food. You're building things with your hands, and you're just being silly and having fun. You're doing whatever you want.
I want to tell a story of what happened the last time I tried to build a gingerbread house.
Go for it.
It was during our party. Do you remember our party here?
Oh, the one where we had 80 people in our small apartment?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
the room that we're currently in, Gabe's office, I designated as a gingerbread house making area, and we all chipped in and made it. And there are these cute little gingerbread people that, you propped up on the outside of the house, and one of them, the head broke off. So I just rolled with the punches. I took the red icing. It was
You
a
made it a
bloodbath.
murder scene.
It was a bloodbath.
It was a bloodbath. Christmas murder night massacre. Gingerbread horror.
I was very proud of myself. I just went with it.
I think a lot of people really enjoyed your creativity.
I think so. Everyone that walked in the room was like, wow. Yeah.
That's creative.
That's great, Nikki. You're awesome. I'm
the
never going to
keys.
get on your bad side.
Get the keys. We're leaving right now.
Hey, I took a negative and I made it into a positive.
I guess.
Yeah.
Although the story you were telling was extremely negative.
I made it into a positive.
You told a story where a gingerbread man lost his head and it was gory.
But I fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You fixed it.
Fixed it.
We'll go with that.
I want to decorate gingerbread.
We could do that.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
So, away from that.
Sorry, I tangented.
Tangenting is fine.
Yes.
It's a $15 upcharge. They provide you with the gingerbread walls and the rooftop and little people icing and decorations, and you go sit down and do that. And there's some the people who work the area are actually dressed up very cute. They look like bakers. They have like spatulas walking around. They look like they have candy on them and all that kind of stuff. It's quite cute. And then the backdrop to the entire area is a giant fake, but a giant gingerbread Queen Mary with gingerbread Commodore and gingerbread characters kind of scattered around the area with big candy canes and candy all over the place.
It's really cute.
It's quite cute. It's quite cute. I just wish that area was in a much larger room.
Is it kind of cramped?
It felt very cramped. Like the whole area area that it was utilizing is bigger, but they cramped it into a small spot. I feel like, where the line is usually for like B340 and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, that place is huge.
I feel like it could be placed in there, and it could have been much better with a lot more seats. Utilizing the space better.
Yeah.
But I think what they were trying to do was try to put it one in one. So it's like the 4D theater is there. So once you're done doing that, you go see the 4D theater.
Yeah.
That's the only thing on my mind, which makes sense.
Yeah, because that waiting area for the 4D theater isn't that big.
No, it really isn't. So I mean, that would be really my critique for that, is that it's just too small. Like, make it bigger. All the seats are really close together and that kind of stuff. Make it a lot larger. Even include stand-up tables for adults who don't want to sit down at an itty-bitty table or something like that. Include sizes of tables for all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
So because inevitably you're going to have adults that are there too, doing it on their own without kids.
On their own or even with their kids. They need a place to sit.
Yeah. So that's the gingerbread village. And then the ship's bow. The bow of our ship. Oh, jeez, this website. The bow of our ship may just be the bow on top of a wonderful holiday experience. Marvel at our 80-foot animated lighted tree and witness our nightly countdown celebration as we light her at dusk in a synchronized display of over 45,000 LED lights. So it says it's a tree. Not a tree.
It's a light tree.
It's like a light tree. So the mast of the ship, almost, like, in a way. Like, there's this big metal pole at that end of the ship, and they have all the lights going up into that one area. So it does look like a tree.
Yeah.
But from far away, that's actually, like, a good, like, little advertisement. Like, what's on the Queen Mary? Where are all those lights? It's big this thing, Yeah. And then every night, they're going to be loud and obnoxious with the music with the celebration lighting up the tree. That's a good signal as well for other people to come visit the Queen Mary to go check out the Christmas celebration.
Yeah.
Which, I watched the countdown with Commodore, and he puts his hat up, and the music blasts, and there's singing, and just all this stuff. It's quite cute. It's very, very cute. Really enjoyed it. I think one of the areas that I actually really enjoyed the most was the promenade deck. And this is the deck where it kind of connects everything. It's like the connective tissue of the ship, almost.
It's the deck that looks like a sunroom, like it's all enclosed, right?
Yes, yes. It's where like the Starbucks thing is, and a lot of where the restaurants are, and that kind of stuff. They had chasing lights, colored lights, above the entire thing, and on the sides, they had Christmas trees with presents and ornaments, and a couple photo ops, and just at night, it stood out like incredibly. It was like the perfect selfie location.
Nice.
Like, you take the selfie and all of that is the soft focus behind you, and all the lights are chasing. Actually, something I forgot to mention was that there was like a canopy of lights that kind of connected from one side of the ship to where like the 4D theater gingerbread area was. And it was a big tunnel, like a canopy that completely covered the entire thing. From one end to the other, those chasing lights the entire way. Kind of felt like you're going to light speed or something, walking through it, if you were going at the right pace.
Like the first tunnel in Space Mountain.
Yeah, it was weird. It was just it gave you, like, if you stood there for a while, I feel like you would get dizzy because the lights are moving so fast. It's like, oh, these lights, and just don't take LSD and go in that tunnel. But
noted.
Not like we take LSD.
No.
But that tunnel was like super cool. So these lights reminded me of that because it was the same kind of lights. But it was a really nice vibe. And when you were on the outside of the ship, you could look into the promenade deck and you see all those lights stretching along the ship. And it's, once again, just a very nice signal, like, we're decorated for the holidays in here. You should come on in and check it out.
Yeah.
There's some warmth up in here. So, believe that is it for the activities. For extra added fees, there are a few other things that you can do. You actually get breakfast with Santa, and the breakfast with Santa for adults is $39, and for kids it's $19. And then you can also see a holiday show, which is like a dinner show, which this one says, don't miss the 3-course dinner and a show featuring the Holiday Follies or American Bombshells on select nights. The Holiday Follies will take you on a fun-filled musical journey through the holidays. This spectacular features current arrangements of holiday classics as well as the traditional melodies that will all hold so deeply in our hearts.
Yeah.
And then it says, an Andrew Sisters-inspired show fitting for the whole family. The American Bombshells bring you an all-American holiday spectacular. So that is a completely separate price as well.
See, like those two things I feel like you would do if you were staying on the ship.
Yeah, like
you wake up
yeah, exactly.
and you go get breakfast with Santa.
Or you go back to your room and you get dressed
And then you go
to the dinner show and do the 3-course, situation.
Yeah.
So
and then there were carolers too, right?
Yeah, there was carolers everywhere.
Yeah.
Like in that promenade area, they had women dressed in, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like if you're watching a Christmas Carol and the way women were dressed during winter with the bonnets and the big flowy dresses and stuff.
And the muffs, like the hand
and the muffs.
Yeah.
And they were carrying baskets and stuff. So there was 3 of them, and they were walking up and down singing carols. There's that stage inside that main area where they had lots of different entertainment going up onto that stage. There's just a lot of different little things.
The one I saw the video of that you took, they were dressed up like bellhops. It was super cute.
Yeah, that was the Trunk Trio. The Trunk Trio or something like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really good. They were really, really good. So they were fun. And I do like walking around the ship and just kind of happening upon those entertainment pieces.
Yeah.
It feels like the ship has a life of its own and that these things are kind of just happening. And I really enjoy that. It'd be weird if, like, you have to go here to see this show. You have to go here to see carolers. You have to go here to see this. I like that you could be anywhere and something can be happening.
Yeah,
on
that's
the ship.
nice.
Yeah. It makes it feel like a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
So, as stated, for entertainment, you have the Holiday Follies. You have the American Bombshells. You also have the Christmas Bell Carolers. So these are the ones that I was talking about. Traditional Dickens costumes, so that's why Dickens costumes.
Yeah,
there you
right.
go. Traditional Dickens costumes and gorgeous vocal styles of songs like Silent Night, White Christmas, and Sleigh Ride are sure to bring holiday cheer to all who hear the Christmas bells carolers. With a repertoire of over 60 songs, these lovely carolers are ready to serenade you with holiday favorites. Honestly, these were my favorite carolers.
Yeah.
Just simply based on
Their
style and the costumes, and it made me feel the warmth of Christmas. That's what it was.
Nice.
And they did a really good job, and all 3 of them were wonderful. I actually took a picture of them. I believe it's on themeparkduo.com. But I could have stayed in that promenade and listened to them sing all night.
Yeah.
It's just the environment with the lights and the trees and then them singing, and if I had a hot chocolate or something, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then they also have the Swing Time Carolers, reminisce to a gorgeous stylings of I'll Be Home for Christmas, or dance along to a swinging rendition of All I Want for Christmas Is You. The Swingtime Carolers will bring you holiday favorites to life. With over 60 songs and a festive retro look, these gals are sure to delight. I believe these girls were on the stage that were in that little main corridor area, where that little stage was where the gift shops are. I believe that's where they were. So there's a whole bunch of other ones. The Bank of Harmony. So this is another one. These are like also very retro looking singers. They were at the tree lighting ceremony when I was there. So I think they're out near that tree singing outside.
Okay.
So forget what you think you know about
Acapella.
Yeah, I expect acapella to be one word. So I said acapella. Forget what you think you know about acapella and get ready for the Bank of Harmony Quartet. These gents provide a night of nonstop music and comedy with songs spanning the last 7 decades. Combine musical excellence with witty, fast-paced humor, and you get a recipe for success. So I think the obviously the common theme here is that they're going for an old-timey vibe.
Yeah.
That is what they're going for. And I think they succeeded in that, in having all of these small pieces of entertainment spread throughout the ship while maintaining that vibe and styling really gives the whole experience of Queen Mary Christmas that stylized feeling of being aboard the ship and almost like going back in time.
Yeah.
And I think they succeed in that. I think they do a really good job. So other than actually staying on the hotel, there's also dining experiences because the hotel bit is a part of like this website here. So the dining experiences include the Promenade Cafe, Observation Bar, Chelsea's Chowder House, Starboard Lounge, Sir Winston's Restaurant and Lounge, Midship Marketplace, and then obviously the Breakfast with Santa and the dinner shows.
Yeah.
So this is where we come to my one problem with this event. And this is just me being completely 100% honest, is I feel like there isn't enough food
Specific to the event.
yeah. As well as quick service food. So as I read off these things, there's holiday eating at Promenade Cafe. Promenade Cafe is like a quick service, like Starbucks, prepackaged meals, prepackaged sandwiches.
So like those egg salad sandwiches in the wrap.
Or turkey sandwiches and things like that. I mean, you have the Chowder House and you have Sir Winston, where Sir Winston's is way expensive. The Chowder House was like $22 for a hamburger.
Okay.
So there really wasn't any quick service meals that catered to holiday specifics, nor did you have quick service restaurants
At all.
Period.
Yeah.
outside of those pre-made sandwiches, which I personally find is an issue. Because, you know, if families are coming there at night to come enjoy the festivities, it's not like they're going to be able to do a sit-down dinner at the Chowder House or something and have a hamburger. You know, most of the time these people are going to come in and want to have a quick bite to eat so that they get on the move. You know, we're going to eat before we see the 4D movie. We can't sit down for 2 hours and have a dinner. Let's pick up something fast. It's something better than a prepackaged sandwich.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, and what I wrote in the article was that this kind of event is perfect for a date night. You pay $20 instead of paying $20 for, like, a cover charge at a club. You know, you buy a hot chocolate, which is cheaper than buying a drink at that club, and you can enjoy the Christmas holiday atmosphere on a date night. But if you don't have those food offerings, one, that's not going to keep people that long because they're going to get hungry, and inevitably they're going to buy something that isn't that great, with like a prepackaged sandwich. Or you could keep them longer while providing holiday-inspired foods that are high quality.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's just my perspective on the situation. I mean, I know and I appreciate that there are offerings on the ship, but I feel like there aren't enough holiday offerings that are quick service, quick, fast, easy.
Yeah. I mean, they could even have things like, even a stand that sells, like, warm, like, you know, like the packages, they almost look like cones, and they have like the warmed and like nuts, you know, like the caramel almonds.
Like they have them at Knott's Berry Farm in that fudge place in Ghost Town.
Like, I feel like that would be the perfect treat to like walk around this event with.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have the hot chocolate in that lounge with Mrs. Claus.
Yeah.
But I feel like if that was spread out, I mean, like, even in the Promenade Cafe, they had like holiday cookies. But that was it. Yeah. It was just holiday cookies. And of course they have the Starbucks drinks, but that's not special to the event.
Yeah.
You know, and in every event that I've gone to, you know, Queen Mary's Dark Harbor, they have all the different food offerings there. For Chill, they had a lot of food offerings there. Lot. This is the first time I've been to a Queen Mary event where they really lacked on food. And I'm quite shocked. Mm-hmm. So
I guess our advice is eat before you go.
Definitely eat before. So, and then the last piece of entertainment that is going on for the Queen Mary's Christmas is the Ghost of Christmas Past, a theatrical seance. Ooh. Join the master magician and resident apparitionist Aidan Sinclair for a haunting holiday experience aboard the historic Queen Mary. Travel back in time to witness a theatrical seance featuring the ghosts and legends of the Queen Mary. Audience members will experience an unforgettable evening in the all-new Revenant Room Theater in this audience interactive and immersive production. So there's different dates for this show, and the prices for this is a $40 general admission, and Aidan Sinclair is going to be there. It's a nice show. $40 is a lot for a show, but this is more of like an interactive, intimate experience. It isn't like a big like experience. It's not like you're going to like Pantages. Yeah. You're going to like these huge theatrical experiences. This is intimate, small, in your face. You know, I feel like that at least makes the price point a bit more tolerable because it's a little bit more personalized. You're right there. You're gonna get something out of it. You're gonna get something out of it. Okay. And I'm good with that. And you know me, like I won't go to something that I feel the price isn't worth it. Yeah, you know, definitely. I definitely won't. I'll call it out in a heartbeat. But if you're paying $40 for an experience that's right in front of your face, It's intimate, it's personalized, it's with you. It isn't just like this huge space. Like if it $40 to be in this giant room I could barely see the stage, no thanks.
Yeah.
But because it's in a small, intimate experience, I'm 100% down to do that.
Okay.
So they also have that. Overall, I think when you go to Queen Mary Christmas, at least for me, it's almost inevitable to compare it to Chill.
Yeah.
Because Chill was last year's event and now
Chill,
this year's
Chill
event.
blew us away.
Chill did blow us away, like on a lot of different levels. We called it mini Epcot.
Yeah.
You know, because of the different foods from the different countries and the different drinks from the different countries. And it's inevitable to compare the two. Now, there are redeeming qualities to both events, and there are negatives to both events, like every single event. But when you go to this, just try to keep Chill out of your mind, because this is completely different. This is on its own level. It's a different league. It's a different show. It's a different everything. So it's really hard to compare them, although inevitably you're going to be thinking about it. Try to treat this on its own.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's like comparing apples to bananas. Like, they're just not the same thing.
Yeah.
You know? And you have this quaint, small, not dated, but like retrospective activities aboard the Queen Mary compared to this huge bonanza of, you know, different countries and activities and all this crazy stuff. They're just very different.
Yeah.
And I like both. If I were to choose, of course I'd choose Chill. But Queen Mary Christmas, quaint, small, interactive, perfect for the whole family, and it's a really, really, really fun event. It's fun. There's things that need to be fixed, and hopefully next year they fix it, because those little things that fix it will make it even better. Mm-hmm. So
I hope it comes back next year, because I want to go ice skating.
You go ice skating. I ain't gonna fall on my butt.
No, yeah, I'll go ice skating without you. I want to go ice skating with that view.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll hold the baby.
Okay.
Moving on, we're going to be talking about Universal Studios Hollywood. So this is the theme park right in our backyard. And we're going to be talking Grinchmas, as well as Christmas in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
And a little bit about how theme park going is with a 9-week-old baby.
Yes. So
we did that for the first time ever.
This was Erin's first theme park adventure
ever.
It was Universal Studios Hollywood. So we got her the button and everything. She met Cindy Lou Who. She met Max the dog. We didn't get to see the Grinch
because it was a 75-minute wait.
Yeah, it was a long
We're not
wait.
waiting in that line with an infant.
She stole someone's wand and started casting spells randomly.
It was anarchy.
Yeah, it was crazy. We caused a lot of problems. So they made us go to the family center. Some of that's true, some of that's false. I'll let you be the judge.
Yeah, you figure out.
So, Grinchmas at Universal Studios Hollywood is what the event is kind of billed as. So, you know, outside when you walk up to the gates, there's curvy Christmas trees with lights and the big sign that says Grinchmas, and they project snowflakes on the sign, and it's just gorgeous. And what I love about the entrance is that it kind of gives you a sense of what to expect when you're going inside.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what to expect, everyone. Look at this. Look at the style. This is what we're giving you. And when you go in, the park is decorated for Christmas, but it's like this weird mix of like the traditional Christmas decorations and the whimsical, like, Whoville decorations as well.
Yeah.
So the statues in the very front of the filmmakers have the big crooked, like, flowy Santa hats. But then there's the traditional garland wreaths everywhere else around the building.
Yeah, the actual main street is like traditional.
Yes.
And I like that even like the characters, like Curious George has a Santa hat on.
And a scarf.
And Hello Kitty, her dress is like completely decked out for the
Candy
holidays.
cane.
Yeah, it's all candy. It's super cute.
And then SpongeBob was dressed up for the holidays. Shrek was dressed up for the holidays. The Mystery Machine Gang or whatever
they were normal.
They were normal, but
yeah. But
anyway,
they were all there, which is pretty cool.
I wanted to see like Frankenstein's monster with like a Christmas hat or something.
That'd be so cute.
Or give him like mittens or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, Universal Plaza is where Grinchmas takes place. So it's in that smaller area of the park. So when you walk up to Universal Plaza, there's that archway where you walk, hit the microphone, where you walk into it and it says,
Happy Jubilation.
Jubilation up top, and you walk underneath with all the ornaments hanging down. And as soon as you walk under that archway, you're met with this massive curved Christmas tree.
It's really impressive.
And it looks straight out of the movie. It looks straight out of Whoville. it's very impressive, and it's kind of like a moment where like, whoa, you kind of taken aback, and that's when the characters start walking up and you're interacting with them, and then there's the Grinch, and then it's just there's so many different levels of immersion into this area, and once you enter it, for all intents and purposes, you're in Whoville.
Yeah.
And I think that's so much fun. It's you've left Universal Studios and you've entered Whoville.
Yeah, and the characters are absolutely phenomenal. Their makeup is incredible. Like, I know we said it last year. We say it every
It's
year.
second to none. Like, it's incredible.
You know, because the Who's have those noses.
Like the rounded noses
Yeah.
with the little snout.
Yeah.
The little nose, but like the snout rounds out.
And the prosthetics and all the makeup is...
The costumes.
It's incredible. The costumes are, like, from head to toe, like, 100% fabulous.
And each character that's walking around doesn't look like the other character because their costumes are unique to those particular characters they're playing.
There's like a mayor, there's a mailman. The mailman was really funny this year.
There was two mailmen that I saw.
There was one like...
There was a skinny one.
And then the one that was all puffy.
And there was a chunky one.
Yeah, it looked like he looked like a pincushion. Like his coat was all puffy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was funny.
There was another Who citizen. By the way, our argument got settled. It's not Whovelites or what are they? Whovillians. It's citizens of Whoville, or just Who's. I don't know why we never thought of that.
I don't know.
So shout out to the mayor, quote, settled our argument.
He said I was right.
Yes, but Lee from UUOP said, aren't they just called Who's? And my mind was blown. So shout out to Lee for settling that for us. But there was also another who was dressed up in plaid, and he had a plaid hat on with a Christmas tree up top, and he had this giant mustache, and he said that he knew all this information about trees, and every time I ran into him, he's like, "Did you know this about this tree?" And then he would talk to me about 5 minutes about that particular tree.
They're very into their characters.
Very
it's awesome.
into the characters. There's Who's on stilts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a marching band Who. There's the mayor. There's a whole bunch of characters, a slew of characters roaming the area. And I think that's one thing I'm impressed by. Is it isn't that like you just have the Grinch, you just have Max, you just have Cindy Lou Who, and you just have the mayor. There's a whole body of characters that are roaming the area at random times.
The whole area is so alive.
It feels very alive, and that's not because like groups of people are coming in like us, who are filling the area to see a show or anything. It's
the characters.
How many characters are really there, and I'm always really impressed by that. And honestly, like those prosthetics, I know that you mentioned them already, but I want to touch upon the fact that I've stared at these people's faces. I've stared at pictures, and I can't find seams.
Yeah.
And I find that to be incredible. Like, just staring at these people's faces, then I'm going to be the weirdo. Because I want to figure out how it's done. Like, there's times where you could kind of tell, but, like, when you're interacting with them, good luck.
If it's like a 100-degree day, you'll be able to tell.
Probably because they're sweating.
Towards the end of their shift, you'll be
sweating. But, like, throughout the day, it's always touched up.
Yeah.
So they're always looking their best. And... like I said, it's just complete immersion into the world of Whoville, and meeting Max the dog is super fun. He must be one of the dogs from Animal Actors or something, or a working animal dog. When they put the single antler on his head, he's just adorable.
He's so well behaved.
He's very well behaved because he's working for treats.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of Max is the Grinch, which obviously is the biggest highlight of Grinchmas. It's like, who doesn't want to meet the titular character in which the movie is named after and the event's named after? So the line was 75 minutes when we were there, so obviously we didn't wait in that line. It wasn't worth it for us. There's a lot of people who do think it's really worth it, so obviously
it is. Yeah, it is worth it, but just not with the screaming baby.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, I would love to take a
picture of the line was in
Grinch.
the sun. Like, it just wasn't... We just couldn't do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, and I want to touch upon how, like, we were raving about the makeup and the costumes and stuff. The Grinch, whoever's playing the Grinch, the makeup for the Grinch, the costume for the Grinch, if all those things weren't working perfect, it wouldn't be the Grinch. It would be sticking out like a sore thumb that this person's just trying to be the Grinch. But the fact that the actor is hitting all the notes perfectly on the character, the costume is right, and the makeup is perfect, that's the Grinch.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool that kids who grew up with this cartoon, or kids whose parents are showing them the cartoon now and then coming to Universal Studios, that comes to life for them.
Yeah.
And even for me, like, I'm almost 30, and I grew up watching this movie, and even watching the Ron Howard film, which is kind of what the character's based on.
Yeah.
Kids don't know. You know, even for me, watching that movie and growing up on that, there's something about meeting the Grinch that makes you feel like a kid again. It makes you turn to that 5-year-old like, oh my god, it's the Grinch. I'm meeting the Grinch. You know, he doesn't smell, obviously, or anything, but
Yeah.
there's something just very magical in the moment about meeting a character that you feel like you've known your entire life.
Yeah, of course.
It's like meeting Mickey Mouse for the first time or something, you know, or like meeting Santa for the first time. It's like you're meeting the Grinch.
Or a girl, like little girl or boy. Who am I to judge? Meeting like a Disney princess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think being able to make memories for kids and for people in general makes this event much better in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, it's helping utilize those moments and those characters to make memories for kids and families.
And I also think it's so smart that Universal used the property that it had and didn't just do what every other theme park does. Like, oh, let's magical Christmas celebration. They're like, no, we're going to make this crazy fun and put a super quirky twist on this whole holiday Christmas thing.
Yeah.
And I really like it. It's so unique.
You know, and that's one thing that I've taken away from this year is that it seems like every theme park has been utilizing what makes them good.
Yeah.
You know, what they have in their back pocket. Knott's with the Peanuts characters. Holiday in the Park with their crazy, wacky, kooky characters that they're picking up in, like, the snow and the foods. Then Universal with Whoville. You know, I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, Whoville actually has, like, tons of food that you could have there.
Yeah.
You know, lots of sweets. So you have, like, donuts with the Grinch's face on it.
Yeah, they're famous big donuts, but they're all decorated like the Grinch and
Or Grinch cupcakes.
Yeah.
Or they even had the Star of David cookies.
They did.
So they had a lot of or like green cotton candy, like and a crazy amount of sweets. And they even had Who Hash, which apparently I didn't see it and I didn't get to try it, and I wish I tried it. But Who Hash was like tater tots with corned beef hash and a couple other things in there.
Cool.
So, and it comes in a can that says Who Hash, which is really neat. And then they obviously have all the ridiculous merch. So if you're in dire need of anything in Grinch Green, this is the place to be.
Yup.
So you can get the shirts, you can get the sweatshirts, you get the hats, the gloves,
The little
stuffed
plush,
animals.
the little Grinch plush was so cute.
Which
And
one do you think is cute? Like the itty bitty one, or the
the-
one where he's like holding Max?
The itty bitty one.
The
I
one
didn't see the one where he's
like
holding
the big,
Max.
the big eyes and a big
Yeah.
head and a little body.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like the traditional one. It's like he's dressed up in his Santa outfit and he's holding Max the dog in his arms.
That's cute too.
Yeah, that's
My
really
favorite shirt was the one that said "Resting Grinch Face."
Ha ha ha! Because it sounds like resting bitch face.
Yeah.
I just want that to settle in with people.
We just had dead air. Isn't that bad?
No, it's fine.
People will think a radio station got disconnected.
They would probably think their phone got disconnected first.
We tricked you. Erin's laughing.
It sounded like she was laughing.
She is. She was laughing in her sleep.
Oh, that was her laughing in
That
her
was
sleep?
her laughing.
Really?
Like a genuine belly laugh. Like her belly was shaking against my belly. I'm carrying her like in an Ergo baby.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
funny. Anyway.
Shout out to Ergo baby.
Yes. Anyway.
It's the only reason I can record podcasts.
Truth. So and even ornaments. They have Grinch ornaments there as well.
Yeah.
So there's a ton of Grinch merch. So like if you really want something to take home from Grinchmas, you could do it here. A little bit down the way, you will find a drastic change in scenery. Buildings will become less crooked.
They're pretty crooked.
To a certain extent, like not like wavy buildings.
They're wizardly crooked.
Wizardly crooked instead of whimsically crooked.
They're still
it's still whimsically crooked.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that different. It's not a cartoon anymore.
Yeah,
it's real
not
life.
a cartoon.
Yeah, you go to Hogsmeade, so the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
It's much more traditional Christmas.
And it's much more traditional Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll find garland and wreaths everywhere.
Uh-huh. And there's already snow on the buildings. It's perfect.
Yes, already snow on the buildings. But what I find interesting about their decorations here are based on whatever store they're on. Their decorations have little items in it that help tell you where you are.
Like Honeyduke's Sweet Shop has little candies in their wreaths and garland.
The Owlery has feathers in it.
The I forgot what the name of it is, but the main gift shop where you can buy like the robes and the clothes and stuff, it has like ribbons and streamers with like the colors of the houses in it.
And then one of the windows that has like the teacups in it, that one had had lace petals in the garland.
Like little doilies.
Little doilies.
Yeah,
exactly.
lace doilies.
So I really love the attention to detail with regards to like what location it is in their decorations for Christmas. It's almost like that shop owner came out and was like, I'm adding my flavor to this decoration that everyone put up.
Yeah.
Because I want them to know that this is my store.
Exactly.
Which makes it feel like a little bit more alive.
It's like, it's a detail that Universal didn't need to do, but I appreciate that they did it. You know, they could have just stuck up like very pretty decorative garland like the uniform on every building, but they didn't. They went the extra mile, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, seriously. And I mean, and then the little water feature they have there that normally has nothing in it is frozen now because it's the winter time.
That's one by the wand shop, right? Like
Yes.
around the corner. Yeah.
And then for Christmas they have a couple food offerings that are different. Obviously, like hot butter beers there. Incredible. If you're an adult of 21 years of age or older,
Add fire whiskey to it.
add fire whiskey to it. It's incredible. Tastes like Christmas.
Yes.
Moving forward, the food that they had there, they have this English holiday dinner, which is what I ordered because I wanted to try out the new holiday special.
It looked delicious.
Which I do have to say, I was thoroughly disappointed that I was getting it because I love the bangers and mash.
Yeah.
3 broomsticks. 3 broomsticks food.
We're creatures of habit.
Very much so. You get the same coffee every time at Starbucks. I do have to say, though, is that the food at 3 broomsticks, to us,
Yeah.
I'm speaking
I
for
know
both
where you're
of us because
going.
I
Yeah.
know where
No,
we're
I
going.
completely agree.
Because we've had this conversation a bajillion times, is the best food on property, period. It is the highest quality food that I've ever had at Universal Studios Hollywood. It's the most diverse food I've ever seen at Universal Studios Hollywood. And I will always eat there for lunch.
Yep. We always do.
Period.
We
No
always
questions
do.
asked. They've had like this this chicken cheese toasting that I've gotten the last couple of times. That was really good. But the bangers and mash is what I always go back to.
I always get the fish and chips.
That is your thing.
It's delicious.
And
if I'm really hungry, I get
honestly, like
yeah.
the fish and chips there is better than the fish and chips I've had at a lot of different restaurants.
Yeah.
It's the most traditional fish and chips I've ever had.
It's European style. It's like huge chunks. It's like fish and chips you get some places. It almost looks like chicken strips, you know, very thin. And it's not. It's literally supposed to be like a huge, like almost like a side of cod. Like it's supposed to be huge.
Yeah.
And that's more or less the way they are.
Even the breading is accurate. Because,
the breading, it's that light batter.
Well, remember, like we went to Morro Bay, which is north of here. It's like 4 or 5 hours away. We went for our anniversary.
Yeah.
And I ordered fish and chips because I was like, I want traditional fish and chips. This is what I'm excited about. It wasn't even the right kind of coating.
Well, traditional fish and chips, what we're thinking of, what most people think of, is like European. It's what you'll get in like England, Ireland.
That's what I want.
That's why they have it at Hogsmeade, because it's you know it's British.
Yes.
And that's why we love it.
Yeah, no, and that's what I want. And
Yeah.
when I kept ordering at places, that's not what I would get.
Yeah, and that's
So,
why I always get it.
That's why I'm so excited that it's correct there.
And pro tip, if you're super hungry, you know, get the normal size portion. But if you are like me and don't need like 3 pieces of fish and a whole bunch of potatoes, just order off the kids' meal. It's like a decent sized piece of fish, potato wedges, and grapes, and it's like less than half the price.
There you go.
It's like $6 or $7, and
it's worth it.
and you're satisfied.
Yeah.
And then you don't feel so bad getting 2 butterbeers.
So, as I was saying, normally I would get the bangers and mash because that's what I love. So I was thoroughly disappointed getting this new item because I missed the bangers and mash. But what I found out was that they actually had a banger on this plate, but it was wrapped in bacon.
Even better.
Then they had turkey covered in gravy. They had like these pan-seared Brussels sprouts with cooked carrots.
They were delicious, and I usually don't even like
cranberry
Brussels
sauce.
sprouts.
Oh my god, and stuffing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh jeez.
It was amazing.
I want to go back and have it.
It was the first time where I actually was sad that I got my fish and chips because what you ordered, the holiday meal, looked so good.
Mm-hmm. Like outrageously good. Like I was shocked. So highly suggest if you love like a holiday dinner with the cranberry sauce and everything, go get this. You won't be disappointed. It's seriously good. So that is the food offering that they have there this year. There's a few other things spread around, but that is for me is like the main attraction.
Yeah.
So one thing that I wish Universal Studios Hollywood would do with Hogsmeade, and this just may be a J.K. Rowling thing, is I wish during Christmas they would actually put like characters into the Wizarding World.
Yeah, they don't.
I feel like they should have like, carolers or something walking around or something, because they have like the conductor who's by the train, and then they have that stage show that kind of happens every now and again. But I want like carolers that walk around or something,
Yeah, no, I mean they could totally make that happen. I wish they
and
would.
guess what? They could play them through the loudspeakers, but all they have to do is hold up their wands to their necks, and it would work perfect.
Yeah, I mean they don't even have to be like specific characters that we know, so they could just be random wizards, or witches that formed a caroling group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be like Malfoy or some crap. Like it just needs to be a random citizen of the area.
Yeah.
So, and one of the bigger draws for the Wizarding World during Christmas is the Christmas, the Magic of Christmas at Hogwarts Castle light show.
It's wonderful.
At the end of the night, and there's a few different showings of this. It's
the same as last year, right?
the same as last year, but it's still stunning.
Yeah.
The lights of the trees mixed with the incredible, overwhelming at times John Williams music, and the incredible projections on the castle with the fireworks at the end.
Yeah.
And something about that it hits all the notes. Like it doesn't need to be anything more than what it is. It doesn't need this huge fireworks spectacular. It doesn't need any of that. It plays well within the emotions of the Harry Potter films and attaches itself to that. And it plays that so well.
Yeah.
Because all those music cues from the movie, just when they swell, it just gets you. And then you see the projections on Hogwarts, and they do the Yule Ball sequence. They have the Weasleys take over, and they put all their stuff on the castle.
Yeah.
It's just the Christmas tree. Just every single bit of the show to me is just hits every single note that I would want it to. And I think I can't even I guess for me, I wish in the future maybe it'll do other sequences or other scenes. But right now, this is exactly what this park needs.
Yeah, I saw the show last year, and I have no problem with it being the exact same show this year. It's completely fine. It's a spectacular show. It's beautiful. It's short and sweet. I'm so happy it came back.
Yeah, if you go to our YouTube page, if you just go to YouTube and type in Theme Park Duo, we released a Grinchmas / Harry Potter video. At the very end of the video, I give you a glimpse of what the show actually is, and the snowfall that happens, which is completely brand new for this year. So this year they actually have snowfall.
Yay!
It happens occasionally throughout the night. It happened right after the first show, but it does happen on its own. It's not ever really in conjunction that often with the show.
It's sporadic.
It's kind of sporadic. So, to me, this is the best use of snow that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
At a theme park.
Sweet.
It's the most effective. The closest that a theme park can come to it is Knott's Berry Farm with the snow and glow, or the glow and snow.
Yeah. Because
that's very effective as well. I think this takes the cake just a little bit more because it's a recognizable location. It isn't just Ghost Town. It isn't just a random location.
Hogsmeade.
It's Hogsmeade.
Yeah.
That mixed with the John Williams music and the fact that I couldn't see where the snow was coming from.
Yeah.
Which at Ghost Town you could see the boxes on the rooftops and stuff, which is fine. It doesn't ruin any of it.
Yeah.
But the fact that the people at Universal were able to hide them so well, and it actually makes it feel like magic. I couldn't find them. Like, I simply couldn't find it. I mean, like, I know it's coming from the rooftops.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Duh. But the fact that I visually couldn't say, right there is the box where it's all coming from.
It's impressive.
Made it feel more real for me.
Yeah.
And just like standing there and like snow's coming down, everyone has their hands up in the air with the Harry Potter music. It's just, it's an awesome addition.
Yeah.
It's an awesome addition. And I think it's like one of those things that you kind of experience and you're like, oh, well, duh, yeah, of course they'll have that.
Yeah.
You know, it just seems so perfect.
Natural and fitting,
It feels natural and fitting to the environment.
Yeah.
And you'd think that they would always have had that. Like, of course they've had snow. Like, why not? It just seems so natural. And I like that that's here now, and hopefully in the future they continue to do this snow in Hogsmeade, because I think it just adds another level to the experience of Hogsmeade, which is your and I's favorite area to be.
Yep.
And especially during Christmas, you know.
It's my favorite area in any theme park.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I disagree, but at Universal, it's my favorite.
We all, what?
At Universal, it's my favorite area, but it's not my favorite at every
We all have our, it's my favorite area in a California theme park. My favorite area in any theme park that I've been to is Diagon Alley. But,
really?
Yeah.
Both of those are your favorite period, hands down, compared to any other theme park you've ever been to?
Yes.
Ever.
I
feel like if you sat down and thought about it, you would start to feel conflicted.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Main Street? No. Like Disneyland? No.
The spot where I proposed to you in front of the castle?
Personal feelings aside, I get the warm and fuzzies in Hogsmeade.
We all do. With the added snow, those warm and fuzzies are going to be much more intense.
No, and I don't take back what I said. I love the spot where you proposed. But it's not Hogsmeade.
But it's not Hogsmeade. Should I have proposed in Hogsmeade?
I wouldn't have complained. I mean, Disneyland was wonderful. I mean,
what if I hit a ring in your hot butter beer?
I might have swallowed it.
What was that hard thing in my butter beer?
Sorry, a little sick. I drink hot butter beer vigorously. I might have swallowed it.
What was that hot thing in my butterbeer? That's the diamond ring.
If I sound extra sultry in this podcast, it's because I'm slightly getting over a sickie, and so my throat's just a little bit drier than usual, and so my voice is a little bit more scratchy.
Just a little scratchy.
Just a little.
You know what else is scratchy? A great big bushy bear.
Inside joke.
Sorry.
It's from Hot Fuzz.
Yes, it is. Anyway, moving on. The Christmas offerings at Universal Studios to me is something that only they could pull off.
Yeah.
You know, with Whoville and the Christmas in Hogsmeade and the Wizarding World, it's perfect. It's exactly what the park needs. If I were to pick anything away, or at least rather ask for anything for next year, is I want it to expand to the entire park. I don't want Whoville, like, that area of Whoville can be dedicated to the Universal Plaza.
Yeah.
But I want the feeling of Christmas to permeate everything. I want the Who's to be everywhere. I want to feel like it really permeates every aspect of the park, adding even Christmas hats to static figures out in the park or something, you know.
Yeah.
Just every single inch of the park feels like it's touched. And right now it doesn't.
Yeah.
Most of the park is touched, but not everything. And I want everything to feel like it's been touched.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I mean, that's kind of our criticism, if we have one, with Universal, like for any event, even like Halloween Horror Nights. It's, you know, there's areas where you lose the feeling of the event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we just want that feeling to last no matter where you go in the park.
Mm-hmm. So, but ultimately, I think that Grinchmas and Christmas in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter are a huge thumbs up.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Harry Potter, you need to go see it. If you're a fan of the cartoon of How the Grinch Stole Christmas, or even the live action version, you need to go visit this. It needs to be like a mecca for fans of those two things.
Yeah.
For Christmas, because it's simply perfect. It's done so well.
I completely agree.
So.
And on a separate side note that is Universal related but not holiday related, if you have a kid you need to take advantage of the family center.
Oh, yes.
Stay away from those koala care changing stations in the public bathrooms. They're gross. You wait in a long line. Just head over to the bathrooms by the entrance of Waterworld. You can't miss them. Like, if you're walking towards Waterworld, they're to your left. And you go down that ramp, and the bathrooms are one direction, and the other direction is the family center. And it's this big room with couches, with outlets, with USB outlets.
Changing rooms.
There's microwaves. There's a vending machine with anything you could ever need. There's, like, batteries, aspirin, Tylenol, Midol. There's, like, sewing kits. And there's just everything you need. Completely sanitary. There's hand washing stations, hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect place if you have a kid that you need to change or wash up, or even if you want a quick bathroom without a line. Go to the family center.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Universal for even having something like that, because that saved our butts.
Yeah, it's such a nice area. And having
really
a
did.
baby, and like, it's already stressful, like going to a park with a baby, like 9 weeks. That's young. You know, and it's like, it's already stressful. You want to take care of them the best you possibly can. And just having that kind of little oasis to just go in, take a breather, get out of the crowds for a second, like compose yourself, like, okay, we're good, change the diaper, feed them, okay, we're ready to go again. It's so nice to have that. And I applaud Universal for giving that to us.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So take advantage. Know where it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm
definitely.
sure there's plenty of people with kids that go to Universal that don't know.
Yeah, they probably don't know about it.
Yeah, so take advantage of it. It's there for everybody. Use it.
And there's an attendant there, too.
Yeah.
So if you have any questions or any concerns, you can go talk to them.
Yeah,
So you said it was over by Waterworld, correct?
by Waterworld.
Yeah,
Yes.
down that ramp near the restrooms where you'd make a left instead of a right.
Yes.
So, yeah.
There's a big sign. This is Family Center.
Yes. So, big thumbs up to the holiday event there at Universal Studios Hollywood. That brings us to the end of our part 2 of our holiday spectacular. Next episode is our season finale.
Woo!
So that will bring us to the end of season 2 of the Theme Park Duel podcast.
Goodness gracious, we've been doing this for 2 years.
My goodness.
Woo!
Feels like,
2 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that I've been teasing the guest for the next episode. Things got a little mixed up, so the interview that we had planned
We'll be in season 3.
will be in season 3, hopefully, if it doesn't get mixed up again. So I still don't want to reveal who that is, but we are planning a different show for our season finale, and I'm sure that'll be just as entertaining as the one that we had planned.
Yeah.
So, things change, things get messed up.
Roll with the punches.
Gotta roll with the punches. So, season 3 finale is going to be next episode.
The special guest is Erin. She has come a long way in her baby talk gibberish.
Yes.
The sentences are getting longer.
Mhm.
So I think she'll be the perfect guest.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's really interpreted in any way, which
Yeah.
is nice.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that brings us to the end of our show. We want to thank everybody who listened to our jibber jabber about the holidays, and we definitely want to give a huge shout out to Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, Queen Mary, and Universal for having us out to check out those different events.
Yes.
So, huge shout out to them. And if you guys want to reach out to the show over social media, you can find us on all our different social media platforms. And that's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You find us everywhere at Theme Park Duo. And you can help us out because we're so close to 2,000
We're
people.
so close.
2,000 people.
Can we give a
on Twitter.
giveaway to our 2,000th follower?
Well, that was that. Well, not the 2,000th follower, because that's unfair to all the people who have been following us since the beginning. But once we hit 2,000, we will do a giveaway. 100%, no questions asked.
Okay.
Like, that will happen.
Okay.
So,
But can't you see who the 2,000th follower is?
yeah.
Should give him something.
No, because that's not fair.
It'll incentivize people to go follow us if they're not
It
already.
would incentivize people to unfollow us and refollow us to become the 2,000s.
Oh, sorry, I don't know how social media works. I don't know how it works. Okay, we will be doing a celebratory giveaway at 2,000 followers. But if you're the 2,000th follower, we'll just thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll shout you out on the show.
Yeah, there you go. You'll get a shout out.
Anyway, so we're super close. So
Don't unfollow us, please.
If you want friends to know about the show or follow us on social media, make sure to tell them we're so close to being at 2,000. So that's pretty great. And we just hit 3,000 likes on Facebook, so that's a big milestone as well. If you guys like the show, if you appreciate the show, make sure you head on over to iTunes and leave a 5-star written review. It always, well, one, makes us smile. It makes us very happy. But 2, it pushes us up higher in the standings within iTunes. It makes it easier for people to find us and enjoy us like you are right now. And if you want to write to us, you could always email us at
themeparkduo@gmail.com. My voice is getting
sultry.
My voice is getting worse by the second, people.
Very sultry.
Oh my gosh. This is bad.
Anyway, so yes, you can shoot us that email. But once again, thank you everybody for listening to this week's show. And as always,
there's always a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. See ya.
Thanks for riding with the Theme Park Duo. Make sure to gather all your belongings before the end of the podcast. Bye-bye.
Now about those who's inviting me down there on such short notice. Even if I wanted to go, my schedule wouldn't allow it. 4 o'clock, wallow in self-pity. 4:30, stare into the abyss. 5 o'clock, solve world hunger. Tell no one. 5:30, jazzercise. 6:30, dinner with me. I can't cancel that again. 7 o'clock, wrestle with my self-loathing. I'm booked. Of course, if I want the loathing to 9, I could still be done in time to lay in bed, stare at the ceiling, and slip slowly into madness. But what would I wear?